Welcome to episode 4 of the DPV podcast. Today we're talking about DDs, that is, daily drivers. So we're going to talk about a couple of different things, whether or not you should have a daily driver, different things that you should look for in a daily driver, and yeah. But first, Josh, how much you get done on your rigs this last month or so? Well, you bum.
I was a beach bum.
Yeah, you were a beach bum.
I went to Mexico for 16 days, and I'm not sad about it.
Yeah,
it was pretty good.
Yeah,
drove around a little Jeep Renegade.
Yeah, an
Cosmo,
almost Jeep.
And yeah, it's like a pregnant roller skate.
Yeah, it's not a Jeep.
I did get some wrenching time, but unfortunately, when I got back, lost the brakes in my truck.
Yeah, that'll happen.
So had to do that, and I'm still having problems with my DD.
Yeah.
So had to do that, but I did work on the Big Chief a little bit.
Nice.
So. What about you?
I got some stuff done. Got Grandpa's truck running and driving. There's a video about that. Washed it pretty good. Did some shine juice. Used some of Derek's secret sauce on that. Video's coming out here hopefully this week. And did some stuff to Mama's rig, getting it ready for the Alaska adventure. Put in a dash cam and a new airbox, and those videos should be coming out here pretty quick. But yeah, I got some stuff done.
Sweet. Yeah, you've been getting after it. If you've been watching the podcast, you know that we have a segment called Fantasy Build, and it's where we blindly show the other person a vehicle we found on Marketplace, Craigslist, and have them build it, in their head.
Yeah. And this month's budget was $5,000 with no restrictions, just to see what you can do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's going first?
What do I got? What am I working with?
All right, let me get it. All right, I'm ready. All right. So this one, I kind of want to get it.
That has been like, we have said that I think more than not. That Thunderbird or that T-Bird, yeah.
But this one
is good.
Dude, it's solid.
That means it's so bad.
No, it's so good.
Oh, dude, 65 Bonneville.
Dude, it's got a title.
Oh, guess what? Dad sent me this one. What? Yeah, Dad. When we were at the fair this last weekend, Dad was like, "Hey, did you see that Bonneville up north?" And I was like, "No." And then he sent it to me, and then I was trying to send it to you. But well, yeah,
it's 75 miles from my house.
I know. I think there's probably room out back to put it, but it only has 500 miles on it. I bet that's probably not correct.
Actual miles, original.
I am working with a 65 Pontiac Bonneville, and for $1,200, so a $3,800 budget, it is incredibly clean. It looks like the rear quarter has a ding, but it looks like a basketball might do some tricks on that. Dude, it's like all the trims there.
I know.
Oh, and under the hood, looks like it's been pressure washed and kind of cleaned up. It looks complete. I think you guys could get this running in a weekend.
Yeah.
I know it's a 4-door, but with kid, I don't mind a 4-door.
4-door, that's why it's $1,200 and not $4,000.
Yeah, exactly. And title in hand. Dude, this would just be a just make it reliable.
Yeah.
And just cruise it.
Some new tires. Freshen up the brake.
Yeah, freshen up the brakes. I wonder if there's a disc swap for the front of this. I'm sure there is, using OEM parts from other.
Probably, yeah.
Like 70s Pontiac.
Yeah. I know they make a disc brake kit for like that vintage Impala. Yeah. So I'm sure that you could make those parts work.
For $1,200, it has a lot there. I don't think I do much to the body. I try to pop out that rear quarter, clean it, pressure wash it, a little shine juice, that works really well, and load the kids up and go. This is a sweet rig. I don't think this needs much.
If it's still there in a month, let's go get it.
Yeah.
All right.
Your vehicle goes a completely different direction.
That's how this normally works.
Here's your first picture.
Ooh, it's got race seats.
And a purple steering wheel.
That means it's got to be good. It's probably fast.
You got a mini truck.
It's not fast.
It could be fast though.
Okay.
It's a mini truck build.
So it's a Nissan hardbody.
Looks to have been lowered already.
It looks to be lowered. It's got like the Krager Soft 8s type wheels, some race seats.
It's only $2,000. You got $3,000 to build this thing.
Okay.
It does need some wiring issue, but that doesn't scare me. I mean, I just thought for like a mini truck build.
For the daily driver conversation, this actually would be pretty good if you got it running and driving reliably. I mean, these trucks get like 28 miles a gallon and they run forever.
They're a little manual transmission. It's 2-wheel drive.
If you ever had something you needed to pick up after work, like you got a bed, like it'd be a great little shop truck.
You can even throw a motorcycle in the back.
Heck yeah, a mini bike.
Yeah, a little mini bike. That's what I kind of thought about when I was buying it. I was like, you know what, Josh kind of misses his little mini truck daily driver, and I thought you could build one of those up.
Dirthead Dave's building one of these right now.
Yeah, they're pretty sweet.
And but he's got it like the frames notched and
Z'd the frame, and it's done a lot of work to it. Shaved the door handles, but
what would also be fun is like screw the wiring problems. How much should I got? It's 2,000.
Yeah, you got $3,000.
LS swap. And you'd probably still get 20 miles a gallon and roast the freaking tires.
Yeah, I like it.
I mean, if you LS swap something like that, you're going to have to upgrade the rear end and stuff, but sweet. I always love doing that segment. It's pretty fun.
It's pretty fun. It's fun to just bench race, and there's always projects out there. There's always something out there you can go and find and pick up and wrench on for a weekend. They're everywhere out there. You just got to look a little bit.
What you don't want to fall into the trap of is just acquiring projects.
What?
I know.
That's the fun part.
I had to say it, but
that's the fun part.
I mean, I always like to have a surplus of projects, but at some point you got to work on the ones.
Yeah.
All right, daily drivers. I think the best way to start this is to talk about the daily drivers that we have had.
Yeah, you want to go first?
Yeah, I can go first.
Run a little list through.
So, when I first started driving, 16, I got a 1969 Impala, which you've seen on the channel. It's been in the family like my entire life, and so that was my first car. And I don't know if it's necessarily the best choice for a daily driver, but it's actually been remarkably reliable. I would say it's probably one of the most reliable rigs I have. It always starts.
I mean, right now it's buried in your shop, and if we threw a new battery in it, I think pump, and it would fire up.
All I have to do is put the negative cable on the battery.
Oh, is there a battery in it?
Yeah.
Oh.
So, I mean,
miles
it
ahead.
needs some trans fluid every time.
Every time
it sets for a while. But it has never let me down. I drove it all the way through high school, partly into college. I mowed 20 yards a week in high school and towed a trailer with that bad boy, pulling my lawnmowers. And it's
been a pretty good rig.
It's been a great rig. It smells inside because of the exhaust. It doesn't have AC. It's loud.
It's got 460 AC. It's a hard top. Yeah. It's good.
So there's those quirks, but it's been pretty dang reliable. You can't go wrong with small block Chevy and a turbo 350.
Yeah.
After that, I wanted to get into wheeling, so I got a Nissan pickup, 720 pickup, and I only had that thing for about a year, and it actually was pretty reliable too.
Yeah, it worked pretty good.
Yeah, I don't have much to say about that.
No, that was kind of a short-lived.
Yeah, but then probably one of the best daily drivers I've ever had was my 95 ZJ. I bought it. It was actually my history teacher's Jeep.
And it was so clean.
Oh, it was pristine.
So clean. I mean, it was, it could have rolled across the auction block at Barrett Jackson without touching it. I mean, it was immaculate. There wasn't dust in like the door sills. It was so clean.
And the first week I had it, I drove it through a Soden Creek.
Yeah, and flooded a little bit. We got some water in her.
But I bought it with around 100,000 miles on it and drove it till it had over 200,000 miles on it. And it was a solid rig. I used it for my construction business. I used it when I was a carpenter working for other companies. It hauled all my tools. It had AC. Everything worked on it. Until I started making it a wheeler.
Yeah, and it kind of transitioned from a daily driver to a weekend warrior to a full-time wheeler to a rig that had to be trailered to the trails.
Yeah, and with all those trail modifications, the reliability just kind of went down.
Yeah, and that's kind of a thing you got to kind of watch out for is you got to kind of resist the urge to like overbuild your daily.
Yeah. Then I had a Geo Metro.
The Middle Earth.
I don't know if you guys remember when the first time gas went up over $4 a gallon.
Now it's just normal.
Now it's just normal, but back then it hurt.
When it went
I
from
mean,
like
it hurts
it went
now.
from like $2 to $4.
Yeah, and I was driving 100 miles a day in my lifted ZJ.
And it hurts a lot more when you're making $21 an hour versus $41 an hour.
Yeah. So I picked up this Geo Metro flat black for $600.
It was awesome.
It paid for itself in 2 months. 2 months it paid for itself, and I ran that thing for quite a while until gas went back down. And once gas went back down to like under $3 a gallon, I was like, adios.
Do you know what my favorite story with the Geo Metro was?
What's that?
I believe you went to Home Depot one time just to like price out some tile or some tile parts.
Oh, yes.
And then ended up being on sale, and then you decided to buy it, and then you guys got to the parking lot and realized you were in the Metro.
Yeah, that was not good.
How much weight you think you had in the Metro that time?
Oh man, it was on the bump stops for sure. We had to kind of lean forward in our seats because we got tile backer also.
Oh yeah, tile backer too.
I think like 10 sheets of tile backer in the back of this Metro, and we had to rest it on the headrest.
Driving like this.
Oh man, it barely made it up Sunset Hill.
All 3 cylinders were screaming.
Oh, yeah, jeez. So then my contracting business kind of started taking off a little bit. I was doing remodels, not like house builds and stuff. So my needs were a little different than a normal contractor, but I picked up an S10, two-wheel drive S10 at a lumber rack, and it was actually a solid daily driver. The only thing I didn't like about it was the passenger capacity. So it just didn't work for other than carrying me and my tools around.
Yeah.
But it was a great little rig, got good mileage. I put some Camaro like Z28 wheels on it.
Yeah.
It looked pretty cool.
Yeah, it looked pretty good.
Then I had a Suzuki Sidekick 94.
Oh, yeah.
I missed that thing, dude. So it was a solid little rig. I got it because I got good mileage, it's 4-wheel drive, and I could put a tow bar on it because I also had a K2500 square body at this point, and I wanted something that I could go to the job site when I didn't need my truck. And if I would have had a shop when that engine blew, I would have kept it. But not having a shop is kind of a pain in the butt. At some point, it lost all compression.
Yeah.
It needed a rebuild, but that was fun. That was a solid daily driver.
And it also kind of doubled as a log skidder on occasion.
Oh my gosh. We went up in the woods this one time, went camping, and this log was across this
huge
trail.
log that was slightly rotted, but it looked huge, and
It had to have been like 30 inches in diameter.
it was huge, and there was no way we were going to move this log.
And I had a chain, and so we hooked it up.
And we videoed it because, this is going to be funny to watch this log kick this Suzuki's butt. But oh no, that Suzuki just grabbed it and skidded it around.
That thing was a little goat, man.
Yeah, it was awesome.
So then I got a Kia Spectra. At this point, I was in pharmacy school. I was getting ready to go into my 4th-year rotations and had to do a bunch of driving. And remember, the Sidekick blew up. So at this point, all I had was my truck. I don't remember if I think I had the big crew cab at this point. But again, that's 10 miles a gallon. I had to drive everywhere. So I got a Kia Spectra. And this, I hate to say, is probably actually the best daily driver I've ever had.
Yeah.
Just a little 4-door, little with a 5-speed, and I bought it with like 87,000 miles on it, and drove it to 170,000 miles with pretty much no problems at all. I had to do a clutch, which I did in 5 hours with a buddy. I would put oil in it when I heard the lifters tick.
Yeah, nice. The low oil light was an audible noise.
Oh, sometimes
it would lock you out.
No, sometimes. Oh, yes, sometimes it would lock me out. It had some electrical issues. No, sometimes if I hit the brakes hard, the oil light would come on. And I'm like, shoot, I need some oil.
Because the oil would slosh.
And so I'd stop, put a couple quarts in, and
Good to go.
oh man, I treated that thing terribly. The one thing that I liked the most about the Kia is that I didn't care about it.
Yeah.
And so I had time for my projects because I didn't care about my daily.
You could definitely neglect. It was like, oh, it needs an oil change. Or does it?
Yeah, 10,000 miles or 15,000 miles. It's
Yeah,
synthetic.
it's synthetic. It'll be fine.
And the first 2 sets of tires I bought for that thing were from a junkyard. I found a Kia that had a decent set of tires. Bought the wheels and tires for like $80.
Yeah. Throw them on and go.
Yeah. No need for a tire shop.
And you sold it. I mean, you didn't lose out when you sold it either. I mean,
I didn't lose out when I sold it.
I don't think so. What?
When I traded it.
Okay, had you got the monetary value, you made a bad trade for what you picked up.
I traded it
For a Jeep that you blew up.
Yeah, I traded it for an XJ that had 212,000 miles on it that was clapped out because I wanted worth something cool.
It was worth like $800 when you sold it.
I don't know. So, and then while in those times that my daily driver was down, I'd always have my trucks had the square body, and I have the crew cab that I have now, which were both really reliable rigs, just basic maintenance.
Yeah. So my daily driver lineage, when I turned 16, I got any non-running vehicle we already owned, but I had to put time and money into fixing it. So while my Isuzu Trooper was getting a new engine, I drove a 1989 Crown Vic 4-door with a 5.0. It was dubbed the Mafia staff car. It was awesome. My grandpa ordered it from Ford. It had every option except the moonroof. It had the 302 in it. It was awesome. It was a fun little car, but I didn't do much to it. All I did was drive it until my Trooper got running. I drove that Trooper quite a bit. We wheeled it. I did no maintenance to that. I changed the oil. That was it. In fact, when it was a Isuzu Trooper 2, the 2-door version. It was pretty sweet. Little manual transmission, 4-speed, with a 4-cylinder. When I sold it though, the guy that my dad sold it to, he went to do some maintenance to it, and he's like, "Hey, did you ever notice any grinding when you were shifting?" I was like, "Yeah, a little bit." He's like, "Well, the transmission had no oil in it." What? He was like, "Yeah, I put like 3 quarts of oil in the transmission." I was like, "Oh, that makes sense. I mean, that tracks."
Yeah, I remember having to hold that thing into third gear.
Oh yeah, you'd have to you'd put it in gear and just hold it. Yeah, never did it occur to me, should we look into this issue? No, have your passengers hold it in gear. That's probably that's the fix.
You did have some badass subs in that thing.
Oh, I did have I had a pair of 15s that were house speakers, actually ran to a 2,000 watt amp, and my speakers had like 15 feet of lead on them, so I could open up the bay doors on the back, set my speakers up, and I could have a party wherever I was at. It was pretty sweet. Did that a lot in high school at lunch.
I'm pretty sure you could see the side glass like bowing.
Oh yeah. Oh, the plastic. Yeah, you could see the glass rattle. It was pretty fun. Oh yeah, my next daily after having that Isuzu Trooper and wanting something that was a little bit bigger, a little more reliable, stayed in gear a little more. So I went with a 91 Bronco, Silver Anniversary Edition. And I didn't do much of that either. I think I took the running boards off. I threw a brush bar off of my dad's pickup on it. My dad had the same body style pickup, and so any of his accessories that were bolted onto his truck just bolted right onto mine. So I pulled his light bar and KCs off of his and threw it on mine. And we drove that around a lot, drove that through the blues a lot, and kind of really, that's the rig I really think that like sparked my off-road, like wanting to get something that I could actually build and like wheel with, that ended up me getting my 79 Bronco. But that Bronco served me well. I drove it around a lot, but it had the 351 in it, and it got 10 miles a gallon. And for a daily driver, that is not ideal. That is not what you want.
Especially as a college student.
Yeah, as a college kid driving around. That truck, though, that Bronco, that was my best summer job ever. A lady pulled out in front of me, and it totaled the Bronco. I had to replace like a front fender, the front lower valence, a grill, and a light and some light bucket stuff. When I bought it back from insurance, I had a body shop buddy help me out, paint it up, and I put it back together. And I think I ended up making like $3,000 that summer on that Bronco. It was pretty sweet.
Nice.
After that, ended up finishing up at community college, and I started going to WSU, but living at home. So it was like a 45-minute drive each way, and I needed something to get a little bit better gas mileage. So ended up with a 2000 New Beetle TDI. I drove the wheels off that thing. I don't think I was nice to it once. I left hard. It was a GLS with a manual 5-speed. I left hard off of every stoplight. I tried to squeal the tires. They'd chirp if you hit it hard. And before I'd bought it, it had a clutch replaced in it, and the guy had put a performance clutch into it. So, and you kind of had to drive it a little bit harder. I mean, race car. But, I mean, you had to drive it kind of hard. For what it was, you had to drive it. And it got an honest 45 miles to the gallon, like in town, every tank. Like a 45-mile tank was your average tank. I got 50 on more than one occasion on road trips. Once, and it had a little tow hitch on it, and once Josh's Metro broke down, you guys were doing the head on it at Dad's house, and we dollied the Metro home from Spokane with my Bug, and I still got 38 miles to the gallon towing a car. It was awesome. The only reason I got rid of it, I bought it at 100, and I sold it at 245 or something like that. I put miles on it. The only reason I got rid of it was because of you couldn't put a car seat behind. I'm a above size individual. And so when I sit in a car, the seat goes all the way back. It doesn't matter what I drive. The seat's in the all the way back position, and you couldn't get a car seat behind it. So after I had kids, I needed something with a little bit more room. And about that time, my sister had wrecked her minivan. And so I got that for like $150. And I just needed a rig that I could drive back and forth to school and pick up the kids from daycare. And that I did. I know Josh said he did no maintenance to his Kia, but he said he put a synthetic oil in it. I didn't do the oil changes on that van. Every 10,000 miles, I would change the oil filter, and it was the cheapest oil filter I could get from Napa, a Napa Silver. And I would throw a Napa Silver on it, and the oil that I would put in it, because it burned oil and leaked oil, my wife's daily driver, when I changed the oil on that, or my pickup, I would use the used motor oil, and I would just put that into the minivan. I did that for 3 years, and it ran flawlessly. I did nothing to it. I changed the front motor mount. That was the only thing I think I did to it.
Yeah.
The only thing I did to that rig. And I drove it back and forth to Spokane a couple times. We drove it to Seattle once for a Seahawk game. I don't think I had $500. And then we rally raced it.
Oh, yeah.
It lost one time in the snow. It lost reverse trying to get out of my driveway.
And you still drove it to work.
I drove it to work for 4 months without reverse. I just had to be creative where I parked it. And then I drove it. I put a lift kit on it down there at home. And then I drove it up here, and then we thrashed it through the woods. And then we cut it in half and still drove it around cut in half.
Yeah, it's still on the property.
There's going to be more videos of that coming up. And now that brings me to my current daily driver, which is an 08 Police Interceptor Crown Vic P71. That's between that and the Bug. It's hard to pick what my favorite daily driver is. The Bug was fun to drive. I mean, it would go up Howie like it was on rails. But the Vic's body on frame, rear wheel drive, V8, American made. I could put 6 people in it. It's awesome, and for what I do with it, it's great. And I mean, it gets if I stay out of it, I can get 20 miles a gallon with it, which is pretty decent for a daily with a V8.
Yeah, that holds 6 people. Yeah,
for sure.
Awesome.
Throughout this time when my dailies were down, which hasn't actually been that much time. My dailies have been fairly reliable. I haven't had too much downtime. The only thing I've had to do on that Vic, I've had to change the intake on it. But yeah, I have had a couple Ford pickups that I've had to cater to my daily needs when the daily was down.
All right, so now you know a lot about our daily driver history. You can tell that we've got some experience with daily drivers.
Yeah.
So now the question we have is a daily driver, like a dedicated daily driver, even necessary?
I think it is. A couple of things. One, cost-wise, I don't think it's that much more. Usually your daily driver, one, will get better fuel economy, so you're going to save out there. Registration, that's about, for my Vic, it's $100 a year. So I have that registration, and my insurance isn't too bad. It was a little bit more when I was younger, but I've been able to evade the law as of late, and so I haven't been getting as many tickets. So having extra rigs on the insurance hasn't been as bad, but I really think it's worth it. I think it keeps you from shying away from doing maybe a bigger project on your rig. But the flip side to that is when your project car is your only car, it forces you to get your stuff done. Like you pull the rig into the shop for the weekend, you got to get the project done because you got to drive it to work on Monday.
Yeah, that's what made the Grand Cherokee so great in the beginning when I was first starting to modify it and just do like budget boosts and those types of things. Is like
even when we did like your axle swap on your 8.8, like you drove it to my house, like all right, I have to drive this home today.
Yeah,
and we put an 8.8 in the back of your rig in an evening.
Yeah, and I don't know. There's some positive things to that. I would say yeah, for the most part, having a dedicated DD is necessary. I like when I look at my current projects, like I wouldn't want to drive my Jeep to work.
No,
I just wouldn't want to. The Impala, I could see myself driving it to work, maybe.
I think that's like a once a week fun to drive to work. When the weather's nice, we want to drive out to work in January.
No. Now, if I had, like, let's say that Pontiac Bonneville and the Impala and a square body burb and maybe one other rig, and they were all running, or like 3/4 of them were running,
yeah,
then maybe I wouldn't have a DD.
I'd
jump in the first one that starts.
Yeah. When I think of a DD, I think of a rig that I can walk out. I know 100% when I turn the key, it's going to start, and that I would leave today, drive to Seattle, and not even check the oil in. Like those are like my two requirements for me to be a DD. Like just fire it up and go.
Yeah.
Like those are like, and that's what I like when I think of a DD. I think of a vehicle that's a maintenance free. Might not be the prettiest girl at the bar, but she'll get you home every time.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So.
And now, especially now that I have, when it was just me, it wasn't as big a deal to be like, okay, if I get stranded, I'm by myself. Now that I have kids and there's kids and especially when I have kids with me, like I don't want to be stranded with the kids or with my wife. I mean,
right.
I don't mind inconveniencing myself, but
right. Well, and that's one thing. Like with, you got to take into account what your current job is.
Yeah.
Like I work nights, and so like the last thing I want to do is have to call my wife on my way to work when all the kids are in bed.
Oh yeah.
To come rescue me because my dang square body burb didn't.
Yeah. Breaking down on the way to work, call my wife at 4:30 in the morning. Hey, honey, I need you to come get me to work on time.
Yeah.
Not a good look.
That's not a way to keep the wife happy.
No.
All right. So we've kind of determined that probably 95% of the time it's a good idea to have a dedicated DD. So what are we looking for in a DD? We've kind of talked about some of the points, but let's dive into it a little bit more.
Honestly, I think a Crown Vic just straight up makes a great DD. But if a Crown Vic or a full size rig is not your go-to, 4-cylinder with a manual is always a good look on a daily. It's going to get great gas mileage. I don't care if it's Nissan, Toyota, Honda, any import, Kia. I mean, that Kia, don't overlook a Kia. I know they're cheap, but dude, every time you bought parts for that thing, they were cheap.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the Kia was solid. Everything on it was cheap. It was pretty easy to work on actually. I was nervous when we had to do that clutch. It was easy.
Did you even have to pull the transmission?
No, there's a way to do it without pulling the transmission.
You just slide them apart?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, when you buy a little higher quality make, you will get higher quality results with your DD. Like when we drove that Nissan Sentra in Costa Rica, we got 35 miles a gallon, and it was like up crazy hills and
through lakes or through rivers.
Yeah. Yeah, it was insane.
That's pretty good gas mileage for water crossings.
Oh, yeah. So, and like you get into Toyotas, it's easy to get 40 miles a gallon in
Yeah.
some of those four bangers.
Oh yeah.
So one thing I like to think about with a DD is, again, the type of job that you have. Back when I was working in the trades, there were certain creature comforts that didn't matter. Like if the AC was broke, it really didn't matter because I was going to get sweaty and dirty at my job anyway. But now that I'm a pharmacist, it's kind of frowned upon to, walk into work drenched.
Yeah.
And so AC is nice to have.
Yeah. Currently working at a paper mill, it doesn't matter if I show up and I'm stinky and smelly because I know on my first job it's going to happen anyway. So, yeah. Currently the Vic does not have AC. So, and I lost it last summer and I haven't even really thought about it because I actually do enjoy driving with the window down more often than having the AC on. So I don't care.
Yeah. Also, you got to think about like who are you responsible for? If you are only responsible for yourself, you can tolerate more
Yeah.
like things with your rig that or maybe wrong or whatever.
Yeah.
Like maybe you can tolerate that the AC doesn't work. Maybe you can tolerate that the passenger window doesn't roll down.
Or yeah, you got a door seal that's out and it whistles. Or yeah,
Yeah.
There's some stuff that the missus might not be able to put up with as much that I'm able to overlook quite a bit.
Right, and then we kind of talked about this before, but if you are responsible for like tiny humans and your wife and stuff, like the reliability has to be higher because
for sure.
not only for a safety concern, like if you got really extreme cold or hot weather, but also like it's not just your schedule anymore. You're getting people to practice. You're getting people to school. You might be dropping your wife off to work, and like those things need to be on time. And so you want that reliability to be up. You don't want to have to, be dealing with breakdowns or little quirks with maintenance and stuff.
Or having to grab the battery out of one rig to put it in another to start it.
What? That happens? People do that?
Yeah, I don't know. It's, crazy sauce. It's a crazy world out there.
Another thing you need to look at when choosing your DD is your commute length. So
Yeah.
the biggest reason why I dealt with getting a Geo Metro is because I had 100-mile round trip and gas was expensive.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I wouldn't have got a Metro. If my trip was 5 miles one way or the other, it wouldn't.
Doesn't matter what you drive.
Right. The fuel economy doesn't matter at that point. You're like not even going to warm it up by the time you get there.
Yeah.
So you got to think about your commute length. And with the commute length, that's also going to determine like what kind of creature comforts you might want.
Yeah.
Like you can deal with a lot of stuff for 5 miles.
Yeah. I don't care if I have AC for 5 miles. For 150 miles, kind of want it.
Yeah. And you might want a radio that works
Yeah.
on a commute that long. I mean, these days with cell phones and stuff, you can just throw
Yeah.
your earbuds in.
Throw your earbuds in or throw a little Bluetooth speaker. on the
Right.
dash.
Yeah. So I guess that's kind of mitigated.
Yeah. Another thing you got to think about with your daily is the budget. And this is the one thing where I can see some people being like, well, you have a budget for $3,000 for a daily or whatever. How much more reliable could you get your project car if you put $3,000 into it? If you took the same amount of your monetary that you were going to put into your daily, if you put that into your project, could you make your project reliable enough to make it your daily? It's kind of something you got to weigh out. But I think $3,000, that's what I mean. I think I paid $2,800 for my Vic. You can pick those up all day long between 25 and 35. There are plenty of rigs out there in that 2 to 3 range where you can get a reliable daily that'll serve you well for many years, and that you can just drive the nuts off of.
All right, let's play a little game with that.
All right.
Okay, $3,000
Okay.
to throw into my project.
Yeah.
So let's take the Impala for an example.
Okay.
$1,200 EFI.
All right.
That's a big chunk of that $3,000.
That is a big chunk of that $3,000.
Then I still don't have AC.
Yeah.
I'm still running a 3-speed automatic.
Question about the AC situation. Did your Kia have AC?
Yes.
Okay, never mind. Continue. Dang it.
Yes, and it was ice cold.
Dang it.
And because the cabin was so small.
Oh, yeah. It took about 3.5 minutes to.
Yeah.
You can hang
to
me
heat
there.
up or cool off.
Yeah.
The exhaust still smells.
How many times have we fixed the exhaust on that thing?
I don't know. That's what happens with those old cars.
I guess, yeah.
I don't know. I just
I guess.
Let's say I want to get a little bit more fuel economy, so I get a 700 R4. That's going to be $1,200. There's my $3,000 almost.
$3,000 does not go as far.
It doesn't
into the project cars. I would think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that's.
But so I mean,
But your
we
mileage
asked
may,
the question.
your mileage may vary. You might have a rig that's pretty close to being reliable enough that you can.
Sure. Yeah. And sometimes it's about miles per gallon.
Yeah.
Another thing about budget is it all kind of ties into some of those other things we talked about, like commute length, who you're responsible for, and whatnot. You may need, if you're responsible for kids and a spouse and stuff, you're gonna need to increase your budget on your daily driver. You're just gonna need to.
Yeah.
Because you might be able to get a Corolla for $2,000 that would be fine for you, but if you're for instance, I now take my kids and their friends to dance on Wednesdays, and so I need 6 seatbelts. I'm responsible for my kids plus friends' kids, which kind of raises the safety level.
Yeah.
And so you can't do that necessarily with the $2,000 rig. You might need to spend $8,000.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see that.
Yeah, maybe. What you can tolerate, what you're responsible for. Do you need a beater with a heater, or do you need something more?
Something a little nicer.
Yeah. Another thing to think about is the weather where you live.
Yeah.
So I have friends in Arizona. It's hotter than heck.
AC required.
Yeah, you got to have AC. Where we live, we get all 4 seasons.
We get a little bit of snow, so the Vic with the traction control in the rear, not the greatest in the snow.
Yeah. So you might, if you live where you get snow, you're probably going to need something with 4-wheel drive or all-wheel drive.
All-wheel drive, front-wheel drive, something that you could stud up.
That's one thing that I didn't like about the Kia. I mean, front-wheel drive does okay in the snow, but now that we live out in the country, our roads are not first priority for plowing. And when there's a foot of snow, it doesn't matter front-wheel drive, whatever.
No, there's no way getting that.
You can't push through that stuff. So need something with four-wheel drive and a little more clearance. If you've got kids, 4 doors is nice.
Yeah. It is fighting a car. I did that with the Bug with the first kid. Fighting a child carrier into the back seat of a 2-door, it sucks.
Yeah, I have a friend that had a 2-door Chevy Cavalier, and once they had a kid, that thing sat.
Yeah, it's just a pain.
Yeah, they didn't drive it anymore.
Yeah.
Well, we've talked a lot about daily drivers. A lot of different things to think about.
Yeah, a lot of different ways you can take this. Yeah.
Yeah, we kind of ping-ponged around a little bit, but hopefully you can grab something from that and make an informed decision on what type of DD you should pick up, or whether you should drive one at all.
Yeah.
Leave a comment if you're on YouTube, if you're just going to bounce around driving your projects. I'd love to know who's doing that.
Yeah, that's yeah.
If you're liking the podcast, make sure that you leave us a review anywhere that you listen to your podcast. Leave a comment on YouTube. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. We've got merch. So
It looks like this.
Alex is always saying that we've got sweatshirts for sale. If you want a sweatshirt, you're gonna have to email us. On our merch website, we've got t-shirts and hats.
Oh, t-shirts.
If you want stickers, if you want sweatshirts, you'll have to email us, and they're kind of made to order.
Yeah. We'll wreck it, rinse, and repeat. Until next time.
See ya.